Welcome back then to the Bird's Nest Stadium in Beijing from Joe Spate and Stuart Robson. And now a rain-swept stadium as well. There's the reports of torrential rain have now borne fruit as we await the emergence of the two sets of players for the second half here, with Arsenal trailing Manchester City by 2-0. And these are the goals. The first one scored by Pablo Zabaleta, made superbly by Yaya Toure. And the second scored by Yaya Toure himself. Zabaleta there with a fine, fierce finish beyond Lucas Fabianski. And Yaya Toure here with the second. Appeals from offside from Arsenal, but the flag from Sean Massey stayed down. And Toure on hand to double the lead for Manchester City.
I think it was a lead that Manchester City just about deserved in that first half. Fairly even in chances, but they had to have the cutting edge, didn't they, Man City, whenever they broke forward. Had the player of the game in Yaya Toure.
Plenty of Arsenal shirts amongst the 50,000 or so fans here in Beijing. This venue which was built for the Olympic Games 4 years ago. See now the rain pouring down here. It's a stadium which is actually barely used. It cost around about $500 million to build. Perhaps some lessons about legacy for London there to learn from. 4 years on to the day since Beijing began their own Olympic Games back in 2008. Well, as with so many of these pre-season games, we expect to see a whole raft of substitutions from both teams. Arsenal 2 days ago in their match against the Malaysian 11 played a very youthful second half side, but actually came from behind to win that game. A couple of goals from the youngsters, Eisfeld and Anike, late on to come back from 1 down to win by 2-1. Some of City's games they played in Austria in the first phase of their pre-season campaign, they changed the entire team at half-time. And now we sit, 3 weeks before the start of the season. So the quest now to get the intensity levels, I suppose, right now for the two managers and sets of players.
And you also got to remember that Man City are playing in the Community Shield in only just over 2 weeks' time. It's a game that Manchester City, I'm sure, will want to win. They lost it last year, having been 2-0 up against Manchester United. Who's playing against Cup winners Chelsea this year.
The game being played this year at Villa Park because of Wembley's involvements in the Olympic football tournaments. And also some of these players will want the 90 minutes under their belts. You think of the ones who missed big chunks of last season injured, the likes of Abu Diaby and Carl Jenkinson. For Arsenal, it doesn't appear as though there are too many changes here for City. Aguero back out there, Pantilimon still in goal. And a couple of good first half saves. Arsenal with it all to do here, but they had their moments in the first period. Theo Walcott looked lively. Do have Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain on the bench, so to Marouane Chamakh. A whole raft of youngsters also waiting in the wings for them. The Arsenal team taking their time to re-emerge here, leaving their counterparts from City waiting in the rain. Here's the goals again. Zabaleta, who charged on from full-back to score 4 times last season, playing as a wing-back in the first half in this City formation.
Well, it certainly worked for Man City. Kolarov getting crosses in from one side, Zabaleta scoring on the other. They have had problems defensively when Theo Walcott's tried to make runs in behind Kolarov. And at times they've been outpassed in midfield. Well, I don't think Arsene Wenger is going to go out and play. He's the first one out of the Arsenal dressing room.
Quickly found the shelter of the substitutes bench because the rain is now teeming down here. It might well become a factor in the flow of the match. The pitch does become waterlogged. So eventually the Arsenal players are back. See Song, Santos, Gervinho all still there. There will be some changes.
Several changes from Arsenal. Mikel will come on for Bartley.
See there Marouane Chamakh as well. So too Francis Coquelin. Looks as though Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain will also join the fray. So there'll be no full 90 minutes for Abu Diaby. He's amongst those players who have been taken off. There's Coquelin, number 22. Mikel Arteta has also been withdrawn. Looks as though City will go with the same 11. There's Oxlade-Chamberlain. Had those 3 appearances at the European Championships a month or so back. Still just 18, he turns 19 next month. About to embark on his second campaign as an Arsenal player. So we're underway once again. City with his 2-goal buffer.
It looks as though Gervinho's gone out to the right-hand side. Means that Oxlade-Chamberlain will be one of the central midfield players. And Chamakh right through the middle. And Santos continuing out on the left-hand side. That's the way Arsenal are shaping up. Gervinho's just come in field off that wide right area.
Here's Coquelin. And Santos. Kieran Gibbs. Alex Song. Here's Jenkinson. A couple of forays forward in the first half and a couple of decent attempts on goal. He was also caught out twice for the 2 goals of Manchester City. It's his wayward pass inside there, which only found the Israeli near Beaton. And he has the ball back from Aguero. He has Tevez to his right. Jenkinson got back to atone for his mistake.
The one thing you can say about Jenkinson, he's a very, very keen player. He wants to improve, he wants to develop, he will make mistakes. He's an excellent athlete. His recovery showed there. Always interesting in these pre-season games to see what managers are thinking. The Oxlade-Chamberlain is being looked at as a central player.
We played there in that Champions League game against AC Milan at the Emirates and played superbly in that match. Could be his long-term position. Here's Song. Good idea. Just a bit forceful with the pass for Gervinho.
Yeah, good run from Gervinho. That's what he did when he first came to the club. Making those diagonal runs from a wide area. In those goals against Cologne. He tried to make it from the other side. He was treated a little bit harshly by some of the Arsenal fans late on in the season.
He's beat off a City. In came Gibbs. Santos. Song. Gliding beyond Razak. Gervinho. Test Savic here. The best cutback, just short for Andre Santos. Still a high-tempo match. Tevez there linking with Aguero. And as Aguero went for that return pass, he was brought down. In fact, I think there was an offside flag up. So Arsenal have the free kick, and they have possession once again.
Which came first, the foul or the offside? Tevez played the ball and was going to make a forward run, and he was knocked to the ground. Surely that was the first infringement.
It's a good tackle by Mikel. Such a good pass.
Well, this time last year, Mikel was playing for Spain in the Under-19 European Championships. Winner on that occasion.
He's 19, it's now his 5th season with the club. Backs up again this near side against Tevez. Talking about winning, as if the Arsenal fans need reminding. No trophy now for 7 seasons.
Well, he's not offside, poor decision. The The assistant referee.
Last season was only the third time in the Premier League that City have finished above Arsenal. And the second in a row. First time they've achieved that since the 1970s. And the City have spent £71 million on Arsenal players in the last 3 years. Might yet prove to be more. Chamberlain there with the effort. It's come the way now of Gervinho. Here's Jenkinson. Coquelin, blocked by Savic.
It looks as though Man City are going to allow Arsenal to have a bit more of the ball in this second half and then try and counter-attack. Really urgent to win the ball back so far, Man City. Yaya Toure just drifting across, allowing the Marlon to break forward.
He's found Coquelin. For the way of Santos. Oh, he tried the spectacular. Didn't take the ball with him. Coquelin. Did have a spell playing at right back last season for Arsenal. Chamakh. Turned his way by Gibbs. Now Santos. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Jenkinson. Gervinho. Coquelin. Knocked away by Kompany. Fabianski there with a slightly awkward moment. Oxlade-Chamberlain, it's a good ball. It's Kieran Gibbs. Chamakh wants it and he gets it. Here's Gervinho, big chance for him. Very good save by Santillimon.
Well, Arsenal have upped the tempo now. Oxlade-Chamberlain coming on. Good ball out to this left-hand side. In behind the wing-back, Zabaleta. Then that Kolo Toure had to come across. Kolarov doesn't get back into the left-back position, and it's a good save from Pantilimon. And Arsenal, and a lot better now.
Move which began with that sweeping pass of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Find his fellow English youngster, Kieran Gibbs. How about that for a ball from Yaya Toure? Zabaleta. Perhaps the surface there a factor in his slip.
He slips over, just catches Santos as well here. His right leg.
City yet to find their flow after half-time. They've not been allowed to find it though by Arsenal. Certainly rejuvenated by their half-time substitutions. That's a good pass though by Tevez, but Zabaleta just went a fraction too early.
I think Mancini has looked at Arsenal in the first half and he's not offside. Certainly not offside. Look on that far side. Jenkinson's keeping him onside. So is Mikel. Arsenal get lucky.
There have been a few of those questionable offside decisions so far in this game. Perhaps pre-season is time for the officials as well to get rid of one or two cobwebs. Tevez. Beaton. Nipped off his toes by Santos. Chamakh. Santos there with a lackadaisical fall. Kompany. Mikel, and he's picked out a pass here to find Gervinho in some space for Arsenal. Santos on this near side also in space. Gervinho kept his head down. Now he stayed down. Howard Webb says play on.
It's very much end-to-end now. Gervinho picking up the ball, running at Savage. Company comes back from the other side. Oh, he just bundled it over himself almost in the end, didn't he?
Aguero. Beaton. Now Zabaleta.
That's well play from Coquelin, midfield player. Force the ball back and chase the next one as well. Let's give Arsenal some energy in that midfield area.
Defending there by Mikel. Santos. Oxlade-Chamberlain with it. Coquelin. Kieran Gibbs. Coquelin once more. His full league debut in that 8-2 defeat against Manchester United. Oxlade-Chamberlain hit both posts and came out. He was so unlucky. It was a fizzing strike and denied by both piece of woodwork.
Wonderful play from someone who's going to be an Arsenal great, I think. What a strike that was. Beaton couldn't get out to him. It hits both posts. Kolo Touré to blocking again.
And that's the moment which will see City make their first substitution of the game. One which will see the arrival of Dedrick Boyata at the expense of Vincent Kompany. Boyata had a spell on loan at Bolton last season. So Arsenal with the corner. Towards that near post area, but dealt with by Kolarov. Not too well. Went back by Mikel. And then turned behind by Beaton. A good Arsenal spell.
See how much this means to Man City. They want to hold on to this lead. They want to let Arsenal back in the game. Boyata, of course, played against Arsenal. Only lasted 6 or 7 minutes before being sent off. A couple of years ago.
Another change has been made there by Arsenal as they attack this corner. Thomas Lamar then trying to come in and win it. Song. Mikel stayed forward. Just too heavy from Alex Song.
Did this so many times last year. Bend balls into the danger area. Alex Song.
We saw Arsenal make a raft of half-time changes. Slightly shuffled their pack far more than City have here so far. It's worked. Balance of the game has shifted.
Certainly has. Foul here. Oh, it's an elbow from Jenkinson. Not sure he meant it. Certainly caused a few problems to Kolarov.
Song. Tevez. Here's Aguero. Yaya Touré, the furthest player forward. Kolarov. Aguero couldn't quite bring it under his spell. Here's Gibbs. Song. Good run by Gervinho, but repelled by the offside flag.
I'm not sure about this one either. Looked to be a good run from Gervinho, but it's the right decision. Well played, the assistant referee. She got that absolutely right.
See there, Fobe is the man who has come on in place of Andre Santos. Fobe, the 19-year-old striker, just spent the past few months playing for the England under-19s at their European Championships. And they're beaten in the semi-finals by Greece, although he scored in that semi-final match.
There's the screen from Vermaelen that wins him the free kick. He's going to... like tap in the face from Yaya Toure.
One or two ill-prepared members of the crowd here getting absolutely drenched.
Fobe, another powerful player that Arsenal have produced. Steve Bold had a lot to do with his development. Can play as an out-and-out centre forward. This time he's playing out on the left-hand side.
Gibbs. Less than half an hour to play now. Song. Shamak. Did well to beat Savic to it. Couldn't get too much power with the header. This will be Marouane Chamak's third season with Arsenal. After his arrival from Bordeaux. He only made one league start in the entire season last year, came off the bench 10 times. His only goal came against Blackburn last September, when Arsenal lost by 4-3. He scored 7 times in his first season. And with Giroud and Podolski coming in, it's hard to see where he will feature in Arsene Wenger's plans in the future.
Well, Arsenal are dominating now. Man City have just gone to sleep.
Here's Gibbs. Coquelin wins the corner of Pablo Zabaleta.
He's done well, Zabaleta, in that right wing-back position, both when he's got forward and when he's been defending.
So Arsenal on the front foot once again. Beaton with the header. It's fallen away of Oxlade-Chamberlain. Did well there against Kolarov. Kolarov with a slight hobble, just limping away from that challenge. Song. Shamak. It's Mikel. One back by Boyata. It's a fantastic early pass. It's Tevez and it's 2-on-2. Aguero's there with him. And Tevez couldn't find him.
Well, that's what Man City have been waiting for. I think it's been a tactic of Mancini just to plan the counter-attack. Let's test our defensive qualities and try and counter-attack. Almost worked perfectly for them there.
Certainly a warning sign for Arsenal. Song. Afobe. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Third goal would surely put the game out of sight, but Arsenal can pinch one. City would be somewhat back on the ropes. Yaya Toure, good interplay there with Tevez. Yaya Toure going for the return. Back came Gibbs.
They're almost just getting 3 players forward now. Yaya Toure when he can. In the front 2.
More Arsenal substitutions coming here. Alex Song, the next man to depart. sorry, Trevini, I should say, is the man coming off here. And he is replaced by the man who scored the winning goal a couple of days ago in Kuala Lumpur, Chukwuemeka, who is 19. And Carl Jenkinson replaced by Craig Eastman, 21-year-old who can play either full-back or in central midfield.
Chukwuemeka, another player that can play the role behind the main centre-forward. These Arsenal players that I talked about, but never really get a look in Premier League games. Very much used in the Carling Cup.
Coquelin. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Here's Anike. It's a good pass for Afobe. Offside flags up. Two youngsters almost combining to perfect effect.
Doesn't get this one quite right.
Only four of the Arsenal 11 who began the game are still on the pitch. We've seen the one change though so far for Manchester City. We're coming towards the midway point of this second half. And this time jumped there by Nike, but behind him was Eastman.
To really see what Arsenal's formation is now. They've all been rotating positions. It's changed every time a new sub has come on. Nike's gone out to the right-hand side. Certainly Shamak's still through the middle with Oxlade-Chamberlain behind him.
Kolo Touré. Good weighted pass. It's Aguero up against Eastman. Tevez. And tracking back by Song. Pass for Shamak to chase. Tiedeman's come a long way. Dealt with the danger well.
Yes, he has, but I'm not sure why a goalkeeper wants to come out there, because the two centre-halves are going to get to the ball first. I think he should just give an angle off the back. Instead he has to rush his clearance, and he gives Arsenal possession.
Oxlade-Chamberlain. And Zabaleta, who began the goal scoring. One before half-time. 5 minutes later, Yaya Touré made it 2-0 for Manchester City. But Arsenal, by far and away the better team after half-time. Song. Intricate pass, it's Kieran Gibbs. Delicate dink, but to no one in particular. And Eastman's lost out against Razak. Aguero. Cross comes Mikel. Aguero getting the ball in play, but only fed Coquelin. Anike. Shamak. Anike. Shamak. Gibbs. Song. Made by Dedrick Boyata. Brought down neatly by Tevez. Yaya Touré. Gibbs. Song. Afobe. Eastman. Coquelin. Shamak. Gibbs. There by Savic. Very patient football from Arsenal. Just that final pass lacking the required quality.
They haven't got enough players in the box when they are playing forward.
Test of the pace of Tevez, and he's got beyond Coquelin. He has Aguero square, and Aguero couldn't find the finish.
Oh, that surprises me. Tevez getting away from Coquelin, showing great pace here. Coquelin was favourite to start with. Tevez, power and pace. We'll see what he's trying to do. Aguero just gets them too big a touch on it in the end. It's the right idea. Fabianski had sold himself. They're looking dangerous on the counter now, aren't they, Man City? They're playing very narrow at the back. They're not getting their wing backs forward now. They're just trying to hold on to this lead and work at their defending in and around the box. See how they can counter. Up to Arsenal to open them up.
A little cameo there from Carlos Tevez. Want to really excite City fans. Want to put fear into their opponents. He's been very busy in this game tonight. He also looks very fit.
Something can't always be said of him. He looks hungry, looks sharp, looks intelligent as well.
Song. And goes Kolo Touré. Touch fortunate there with the ricochet, bats him off Boyata. Aguero. Remember, Arsenal made an awful start to last season in the Premier League. In fact, their worst start to a league season for 37 years. They were 17th after 3 games. They had a man sent off in their opening 3 matches. And 7 points in their first 7.
And if they didn't defend like they did there, they're going to concede a lot more goals. All Aguero did was play the ball square, make a forward run. He was in if the ball had been better. Still a lot of work for Arsene Wenger to do. That back line and the strategy they've got for their defending. I'd imagine that Steve Bold would be allowed to have some influence on it.
They have a fairly tough start as well in terms of their fixture list. The opening day at home against Sunderland, then away games against Stoke and Liverpool. In the month of September they also play Chelsea and Manchester City, and they begin the Champions League group stage. Here's Anike. Parry by Pantilimon. Coquelin. Anike once more. Savic got back goal side.
Good strike from Anike. Takes his touch beyond Beaton. Strikes it with power, but Pantilimon has been up to most things thrown at him this evening.
To be a youngster with a spring in his step, Chuks Anike. He had a couple of loan spells in League One last season with Stevenage and Preston. Played under-19 football for England. Razaku's gone down for City. Howard Webb would just pause play.
Well, let's hope it's not a muscle tear and just a whack to the backside. Looks like Mancini is trying to get as much out of his players as he can get in this game. Tied in the second half. Yeah, it's a knee in the back. Causes the problem for Razak. You've got to admire Arsenal's tenacity in the second half. 2-0 down, they've really worked at their game.
Arsenal third last season. Pretty poor return in terms of points for them as well. Zabaleta comes forward here. Beats on. Not the best.
Well, Tevez is looking across at Zabaleta saying the cutback was on. Arsenal's back players had all seen the ball was going to be played into Aguero. Look at Tevez on the edge of the box, that's where he wanted it played. Beaton over the bar and wide. Beaton's played quite well. It's him that set up the play down this right-hand side.
Anike. Quarter an hour to go. Quarter an hour for Arsenal to find 2 goals here to try and prevent defeat. Song. Gibbs. Caught that one sweetly, and again panted him on, forced to make the save.
He just crept in at that near post. This is where Arsenal can cause problems, creating a 2v1 against Zabaleta, so he couldn't get too tight. I think it may have just been the wrong side of the post. Difficult season last year, Kieran Gibbs.
Oxlade-Chamberlain with the corner. Cal was jumping. And Arsenal can try once again, although Toure defending.
It's amazing when he was playing for Arsenal. He's considered a bit of a weak link in the air. Every ball that's come into the box so far, he's done really well.
Just before the corner, Arsenal will make yet another change. Alex Song will make the long walk here off the pitch. Who also scored on Tuesday. And City now will make a change, their second. Yaya Toure taken off. Adam Johnson, his replacement. It's a deep corner, and a corner which bends behind. City will have the goal kick. Adam Johnson, another man who'll want to try and impress and try and get some more regular game time next season. He made a handful of starts in the second half of last season. Yaya Toure goes off, having had another wonderful performance.
Yeah, certainly with the ball, he was outstanding. Driving past Arsenal's midfield, picking out the next pass, changing defence into attack.
Here's Shamak. Vermaelen. Marshamin. Fobe with the throw. Here's Gibbs. Mikel. Absolutely torrential rain here. Anike. Now Shamak. Eastman's effort. It's only a whisker away.
Good build-up play. Shamak involved. Toure thought he was just pushing him wide, but back heel or foot on from Shamak. It's a run for him to start with. Kolo Toure thinks it's got it all covered here. Savic goes to sleep. A good strike just across the face of the goal. Craig Eastman.
See the rain there now is starting to have an impact on the pitch. They're all starting to hold up.
Forecasters were right.
10 minutes to go. Let's just hope we get to the end of the game. Puddles emerging as well. Oxlade-Chamberlain.
sure it's quite what the players will want, particularly the Man City players who will be slightly heavy-legged, haven't played 90 minutes too many times so far in their pre-season. Yeah, I'm looking a little bit weary.
They have the comfort of a 2-goal cushion. Can they maintain it until the death? 10 minutes to go now. Eastman for Arsenal. Savic claiming the last touch there came off Shamak, but Arsenal get the decision. Oxlade-Chamberlain then. Tackle was from Beaton, but it was the first challenge from Razak, which was penalised by Howard Webb.
As again, when players start to run with the ball and goes past challenges, just opens up things for the attacking team. Oxlade-Chamberlain, that's not the foul, it's the previous one.
Well, with a set piece, proved to be the route to a goal for Arsenal. Thomas Amarthen is lined up here. Shamak in amongst that City wall. It is touch for Amarthen. It came off Zabaleta. Savic there.
Big, powerful player, isn't he, Nike?
Spread wide there by Eisfeld. Oxlade-Chamberlain. It's got beyond Kolarov. Savic there once more. Pretty solid game. Stefan Savic. Here's a Fobe up against Kolo Touré. The ball appeared to go behind for a goal kick before it came off the defender, and that is the verdict.
Well, the assistant referee on that far side, I think, had a brilliant game, apart from one offside, which was level. So that gave Howard Webb a call to say that it was a goal kick, and she was absolutely right. Referees and assistants had a lot of stick, but she had a wonderful evening here.
Here's Gibbs. Beat on that, feeling hard done by it. A delay here as City now make a change. And off comes Carlos Tevez. Very good day's work for him. He's been replaced by George Evans, who is just 17. His father Ronnie, a former player and physio of Manchester City. Born in Schiedel. Eisfeld. Just off balance there. Swirling away from Anike.
Well, I think Arsene Wenger will be pleased with his team's second half performance. Mancini has allowed Arsenal to play a little bit more by dropping his wing backs in that little bit deeper, not really pressing the ball high up the field. It's a dangerous game to play against Arsenal, but I think Mancini's just trying one or two things out.
See there, there's no lack of effort from Arsenal. Almost double those of City. They've not found a way through. The closest they came was when Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain hit both posts with one sumptuous strike. Oxlade-Chamberlain on the charge. Decent ball then as well. Pantilimon with a slight flap. Zabaleta and Johnson combined to bring it away for City. A glimpse there though of the prowess of Oxlade-Chamberlain.
I think he's the best crosser of the ball, with his right and left foot in tricky situations that I've seen for quite some while. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. So here on ESPN for the under-21s provide cross after cross. Which is how he can't get the ball into the box.
So they're near beat on me, just on this near side, receiving some attention for City. So for the time being, playing on here with just the 10 men. Kodo Toure. Here's a Fobe. Anike. Kokola. Anike. Afobe. Time ebbing away now for Arsenal. Kokola. Eastman. Mikel. Thomas Van Marden, the captain, in the absence of Robin van Persie. On his Far East tour.
Likely to be Arsenal's captain no matter what. Difficult to keep Robin van Persie as captain, having said that he doesn't want to stay at the football club.
Beats on back on the pitch, giving it away. It's Van Marden. Very good tackle there by Zabaleta. Oxlade Chamberlain. He's come close once again. He has some firepower in that right foot.
Another great strike. Outnumbered in midfield, Man City. And he hits right through the back of the ball. That swerves in the air. What a tackle it was from Zabaleta. As Marlon was just about to pull the trigger.
A late flurry of changes now from City. Abdul Razak departs. He has been replaced by Denis Suarez, the 18-year-old Spaniard. Now in his second year with the club.
He's only just been playing in the under-19s for Spain.
He played a few games in the League Cup last year for City. He's a Celta Vigo man.
And he's got a wonderful left foot. He can play in a central area or he can play slightly wider, but he's much better when he's playing centrally in the three, as he will be doing here. The 19 team that won the under-19 championship in Estonia.
I'd imagine some of these young players may get more of a chance, perhaps from the start, for the next game for City, which is against the Malaysian 11 in Kuala Lumpur in 3 days' time. Well played there by Kolarov. Suarez couldn't keep the ball in play. It will be a throw for City.
It's very difficult to play now. Pitch absolutely saturated, ball just slowing up. Players can slide in from a long way away. There we go.
I think this game was just a few minutes old. I might well pause it, but with a minute to go, it will reach its conclusion.
It's been a good workout for both teams, particularly the first half. I think Arsenal have still got to do some work on their defensive strategy.
It will be a corner.
And Man City, the question is, are they going to play with three at the back most weeks, or is this just because of the players they had available here today? Wanted to give a game to three centre-halves. Kompany, Savic and Toure. It worked well for them in the first half. They totally dominated large periods of that game.
So in stoppage time, can they add the gloss to their win? They'll make a change first. Sergio Aguero trudges off. Finds immediate shelter. Get out of this pelting rain. And it's the young Portuguese who's taken his place. Marcos Lopez, just 16. Won't have too much time now in which to impress. Adam Johnson's corner. Weisfeld. Lopez with the challenge. No whistle yet from Howard Webb. Played the advantage there as Vermaelen sends it forward. Here's Anike. Vermaelen once again. Very adventurous play from the Arsenal captain.
Well, he does that so often. It's Thomas Vermaelen. It's the last bit of action we'll see.
So it's back-to-back wins for City in this pre-season campaign. A fairly slow start in Austria. They pulled off a decent win here against Arsenal. Far more impressive in the first half, it has to be said. And Arsenal improved in the second, Stuart.
Well, they certainly did. Arsenal got better and better. Man City played well in the first half. With a back three, tied very much in the second half. But a good workout for both teams.
So goals from Pablo Zabaleta and Yaya Toure have earned the win here for Manchester City. They've beaten Arsenal by 2-0. Thanks for watching and goodbye for now.